two voices is like me and my mom. We can survive, but eventually you need more. Three voices is complex as life is supposed to be. I could listen forever. Looks like they made it out of here. But what is this group? In the empty places, I found companionship in the tapes I recorded before leaving home. The elder told me the story of her life. I listened back to it, ready to note down anything that seemed important.
Let's set the scene for the listener. Whoever that might be. This is the elder speaking. We're sitting in the plaza saying goodbye to a dear soul. We're here to that could help a century like a big when I die. This library will burn down. But which book should we check out first? I don't have all the answers, but I do feel the story of my life could help you understand what kind of world is out there. It's okay not to understand everything right away. The moment may pass before you've gotten a firm hold on it. As long as you're there to witness it, to you and others to come will someday take the time to make sense of it all. I heard somebody, you want it for the future? And you you want to understand why and how the season of my youth is long gone. But I can tell you what that season was like and what I know about how it ended. First, I got being an elk key and say something. It begin. Never say, I don't know. Say, we dive into a pool of uncertainty. I was born on the ocean. My mother was short, floating. How can I describe them? Pleasure boats with a radical political the goal. My mom, she was a ship's philosopher. My dad was a recycling engineer. Recycling on, we had to get the most out of every object and watt of energy. There are signals in the way you might move your hands or call your jaw. She designed the ships. Let me draw it for you. After the war, keep an eye. Her name was Augusta Kale. I loved, especially as I fell asleep. Picture me as a kid in bed. It was like I loved exploring the ship wander. There were two, a large, elegant. A lot of my firsts were down there. My first dance, and so forth. Our ship was taken over in the early days of the war. I heard that it took me half my life to say goodbye. Imagine by a company of soldiers. And I'm thinking, I was embarrassed by the younger kids who were crying their eyes out, but they knew, I guess. Yes, the start of the war was a turning of, and but we didn't understand the warning. See, shimmering above the water. It hadn't been used in so long. We tried to stick together and camped out on the coast of the prismatic grounds. I thought it was all temporary. I couldn't see how things, but I was. Aside from that delusion, are you sure? The story gets darker from here on. That was plenty. I want you to never feel alone. We'll all be here thinking.
I imagine coming upon a place as hidden and singular as my own village. Eventually, I found myself circling a valley, looking for a way in. We never used this kind of technology in my village. Nobody trusted it.
Oh. Valley. One second.
I'll think about what kind of visitor I want to be.
Is that what is it? I love old gear like that. It's getting more and more rare. I had a camera, not that. What are you doing here? It is some moment we got going here. But I don't want to talk your ear off. What kind of stuff are you recording? That's the way to do it, if you ask me. If the valley would be a good place to... Let me finish up here, huh?
I'm not the first to do this, just the first in a long time.
Hey. This was like a second home for a while. That was fun earlier when you showed up. And you were like, who are these guys? I've been pretty bored here. You know, that's why nobody can go in there. The dam is falling apart. Couple of days from now. Day 0, we call it. Greyhounds. We're a community organization. We do health clinics. We're new. We'll do anything. No big. We're trying, but it's hard. The past really hasn't. Doesn't feel so much well. Anyway, it's funny. I stood guard here for a week, but now I see you, and you're like a new element or something. I've never. And so, I'm not. How can I think you're gonna try something here? Dang it. I was 12. You get the idea. Go on and put that old gear to use. You can take my map of the valley, too. I don't need it anymore. I'll be down at the gate. See you then.
I met a greyhound. He let me into the valley. I think he wanted me, and he gave me a map. The assembly point seemed like a good place to start. I wonder what he expects me to discover in the valley. It seems like I'll have to wait for night to enter the shrine. the lives beneath unkept graves. I am probably the last person that will ever be welcomed here by this sign. The elder told me there's very little information about the years before 500. I wonder what the flowers have to say. These metal animals are looking up, expectantly. It's hard to imagine something new, a new way of living, but they're trying. The elder also said low places are dangerous. The city is high up like my village. Maybe it is safer. The Grey Hands want to end this season. The Grey Hands seem to care what people think about them. Imagine if the man I met is the only living Grey Hand, and the rest are cardboard. There's a number to call for questions regarding the dam. There must be a lot of people going to the city if they need to keep track of them with cards. The elder warned me about valleys. She said they were dangerous. I feel a dulcet tension in the air. I entered to see the moment between seasons. There seems to be suspicion about the real condition of the dam and why it's being taken down. They say they're going to build the next season. How? The Greyhands are the future in all its uncertainty, the good and the bad, the hope and fear of progress. The loneliness of this season will be left behind. A collective project is coming.
Sẽ bị em giờ.
Oh, I've been Oh, thank you. I forgot, that I left it. It should be. Oh, hold on. I forgot. Is it too late now, you think? Okay. What day is the day after tomorrow? Phew, okay. I did figure you'd be... Sorry, I didn't recognize your voice. Hard to keep. What else was I There was Vander bad stuff. Keep an eye out anyways. The day zero material is in the dig site. Pretty sure. It should be sitting on a barrel that has a fruit sticker on it. You know, I was with the so I was everything is God. I'm excited. I'm excited. Bye-bye now.
Is that your name on your collar? Let's see. You are Madrigal. Cows from all over the world came here to compete in cow stuff? The golden season seems like such a different world. The sound of this bell has a lot of character. These people had to leave so much behind.
We got a big show today. Huge show. Breaking news. The Greyhands have died. We're being reborn, baby. And we're taking suggestions for our new name.
Live on the air suggestions from the rank and file.
You don't even need to be a Greyhand to suggest a name.
True, true.
The number to call is 0019. That is 0019. First caller, hit us with a name.
Hi, yeah. I was thinking the bricklayers.
Okay. Bricklayers.
Laying some bricks. Well, yes, thanks for the suggestion.
We'll be taking them all afternoon, so keep them coming.
That number again is 0019. You're listening to Greyhand Radio. We are broadcasting live from Greyhand HQ.
And we're gonna take a little break.
If the Greyhands are changing their name, you'd know them as something else. I've never drank cow's milk, let alone some kind of frozen version. I wish Pate could call this hotline to talk about his heavy dream.
Wow, we got a big show.
Sammy,